From humble seeds in vast tobacco fields, the journey of a cigar begins long before it reaches a smoker's hand.
These broad leaves are grown specifically for premium cigars, tuned for flavor, burn, and visual perfection.
Beyond the fields, huge factories transform raw leaves into product that feed a billion-dollar global industry.
Inside, automated lines move thousands of cigars per hour, showcasing the sheer scale of modern production.
Each line is carefully synchronized, so every cigar passes through inspection, shaping, and sorting without stopping.
Uniformed technicians supervise robots and sensors, blending human oversight with industrial automation.
Robotic grippers handle cigars with exact pressure to avoid damage while maximizing speed and consistency. Dozens of parallel lines turn tobacco leaves into finished cigars at industrial scale for worldwide markets. Inventory software and logistics systems help this factory manage millions of individual cigars each year.
Behind the polished image of luxury, this profitable industry is closely watched due to health risks linked to tobacco use.
The life of a cigar begins with minuscule seeds, carefully sown in controlled nursery environments. In nurseries, seedlings are protected from pests and weather to ensure strong, uniform plants for the fields.
Automated irrigation and fertilization systems fine-tune growth to achieve the desired leaf size and texture. Once robust, the seedlings are moved from nursery to field in carefully timed stages of the production calendar.
Mechanical planters ensure consistent spacing, which influences airflow, disease risk, and final leaf quality.
Precision agriculture allows large farms to plant vast areas quickly, scaling up supply to match demand. Irrigation equipment maintains moisture levels, a key factor in developing the leaf thickness needed for cigars.
Field workers still play a crucial role, visually checking for disease symptoms that machines can miss.
Over several months, the plants mature, transforming energy from sun and soil into the leaves that define a cigar's character. At peak maturity, the leaves hold the resins, sugars, and aromas that cigar makers seek to preserve and refine.
Harvest often combines traditional hand cutting with modern logistics to protect leaf integrity during transport. In large operations, machines speed up harvest while operators adjust settings for different cigar tobacco varieties. Leaves are bundled and labeled by field section, so quality can be traced back to specific growing conditions. From the fields, freshly cut leaves move quickly to curing facilities before they can spoil or lose key properties.
Here, the green harvest begins its transformation into the golden brown tobacco used in premium cigars worldwide.
Curing barns allow leaves to slowly dry, changing color and chemistry under controlled conditions.
As moisture evaporates, the leaves shift from green to yellow and brown, concentrating flavor compounds.
Workers fine-tune airflow and temperature to avoid mold, cracking, or uneven drying of these valuable leaves. The slow passage through curing barns marks the first major transformation from raw plant to cigar tobacco.
Once cured, leaves are bundled and prepared for fermentation, the stage that shapes aroma and smoothness.
In fermentation rooms, tobacco is stacked into massive piles that gently heat from within due to natural processes. Technicians track internal temperature and humidity to prevent overheating, which would ruin the tobacco's character. Periodic turning of the piles ensures even fermentation, so each leaf develops consistent flavor and color. After fermentation, the leaves gain a deeper hue and smoother aroma, ready to be sorted for different cigar rolls. Sorting stations group leaves by size, thickness, and shade to match the requirements of filler, binder, and wrapper. Flex tests help determine whether a leaf is resilient enough to wrap a cigar or better suited as internal filler.
Precise weighing and grading ensure each blend recipe can be repeated reliably from batch to batch and factory to factory.
Baled tobacco may rest for months or years in storage, gradually evolving before it ever touches a rolling table.
Opening a bale is like opening a time capsule, releasing aromas that reflect climate, soil, and careful processing. Here, the carefully prepared leaves meet in blends that define each cigar line's identity and market positioning. Master blenders combine leaves from various origins and primings to achieve a specific flavor, strength, and burn profile. Once recipes are finalized, blends are scaled up and portioned into bins ready for the rolling floor or machines. Filler leaves are prepared so they can be rolled with just the right density for an even, predictable draw. In many factories, hand rollers still build the inner core, combining tradition with high-volume output goals. Filler and binder together form the cigar's body, controlling airflow and influencing how evenly it burns. Modern rolling machines replicate hand techniques at higher speed, guided by sensors that monitor weight and size.
Cutting systems divide continuous bunches into individual units that will later become finished cigars in boxes.
Molds standardize shape and diameter, essential for uniform packing, aging, and packaging at large scale.
Pressing ensures every cigar in a line shares the same profile, supporting brand identity and consumer expectations.
When the molds are opened, the once loose tobacco now holds the familiar cylindrical shape of a cigar's core.
Next, the bunches travel on conveyors toward the wrapper area, where appearance becomes as critical as taste.
Human skill and automation coexist, each contributing to the balance between craftsmanship and mass production capacity.
Before receiving their final skin, bunches are checked so any irregular pieces can be adjusted or rejected early.
Sampling and measurement help maintain tight tolerances, a necessity in a highly competitive global market. With their structure set, bunches move on to be dressed in carefully selected wrapper leaves that define their look.
Wrapper leaves are chosen for smoothness and color consistency, often representing the most valuable part of the cigar. Rolled in a specific direction, the wrapper must stretch without tearing to create a seamless outer layer. Experienced rollers can complete each cigar in seconds, repeating thousands of times with remarkable uniformity and focus.
A small circular cap seals the end, an important detail affecting both aesthetics and how the cigar is cut by consumers. Rolling cigars along smooth boards or palms helps compress the wrapper, removing imperfections from the surface.
Trays of freshly rolled cigars accumulate quickly, giving a striking visual of scale inside the rolling department. The sheen on the wrapper signals properly conditioned tobacco, a detail closely watched by quality teams and buyers alike. In some lines, machines replicate the rolling action, freeing skilled workers to focus on premium, complex products. Sensors constantly check critical dimensions, feeding data into factory systems that track performance and reject outliers automatically.
Endless streams of finished cigars move along conveyors, a reminder of how industrialized this once artisanal craft has become.
Before reaching consumers, these cigars will spend more time maturing, allowing flavors to integrate and mellow further. Batch tracking data ties each cigar back to specific blends and production dates, crucial for quality control and regulation.
Pallets loaded with cigars roll deeper into the factory, towards storage areas dedicated to long-term aging and conditioning.
Even in industrial settings, aging areas remain quiet and controlled, reflecting the delicate nature of the product inside.
Behind these doors, cigars rest in cedar-scented environments that shape their final aroma and smoking experience. In aging rooms, rows of cigars sit quietly for months or years, slowly harmonizing their complex flavors.
Temperature and humidity are tightly controlled to protect the cigars from cracking, mold, or unwanted chemical changes.
Quality inspectors rely on sight, touch, and aroma to confirm the aging process is advancing as intended.
Physical measurements back up sensory checks, ensuring every cigar within a line feels consistent to consumers worldwide.
Draw testing devices confirm that airflow is neither too tight nor too loose, a key element of perceived quality.
Defective cigars are removed from circulation, a necessary cost of maintaining brand reputation in a crowded market.
Branding bands distinguish different lines and price tiers, turning plain brown cigars into recognizable products.
Automated applicators place each band at a precise position, maintaining neat appearance across thousands of pieces. Human eyes still catch misaligned bands or smudged decorations before the cigars proceed to final packaging.
Now aged, inspected, and branded, these cigars are ready to be arranged into boxes destined for retailers worldwide.
Data systems track performance and compliance metrics, important in an industry subject to strict regulation and scrutiny.
Some factories also analyze chemical markers, monitoring compounds linked to flavor and to known health risks.
Final conditioning ensures cigars leave the factory at a target moisture range to withstand shipping and storage environments.
Only after passing repeated checks are cigars approved to move into the high-speed packaging and shipping lines. Pallets and racks of finished cigars wait in staging zones, illustrating the volume produced by a single facility.
Packing lines arrange cigars in precise configurations, so each box presents a visually perfect grid when opened. Workers adjust each cigar to ensure consistent spacing and protect fragile wrappers during transport and display.
Automated stations close and seal boxes, adding brand elements that help market cigars as luxury items despite known risks.
Protective wrapping helps maintain freshness and provides tamper evidence required by many regulations and distributors.
Palletizing robots arrange hundreds of cartons into stable stacks that can be quickly loaded into trucks or containers.
Every carton is scanned and logged, feeding into global logistics systems that track shipments across borders and markets. From the factory gate, cigars join international supply chains, heading toward warehouses, duty-free shops, and boutiques.
Shipping routes link cigar-producing regions with high-income markets, where demand supports a multi-billion-dollar trade. Boxes from a single factory may end up in lounges and shops across dozens of countries, each with different regulations and warnings.
Distribution centers consolidate inventories, pushing cigars toward retailers, even as public health campaigns warn about tobacco harms. Returning to the factory floor, the dense flow of cigars highlights how industrialized and efficient this process has become.
The steady march of product reflects continuous demand, even as health authorities emphasize the risks of cigar smoking.
Production jobs and profits exist alongside medical concerns, illustrating the complex impact of this industry on society. For consumers, the journey appears simple. A box of immaculate cigars, concealing years of cultivation. From tiny seeds to global commerce, the cigar industry blends craftsmanship, heavy automation, high profits,